All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Pocono, baby. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Buschwackers Series heads to the tricky triangle tonight. It's Pocono, 70 laps, race number 7 of the season. This is a tough track, man. Ain't one of these turns the same. You've got what it takes to tackle the tricky triangle tonight. There's only one way to find out, and that's hang out right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, it's Pocono Raceway tonight, Long Pond, Pennsylvania. The tricky triangle, 70 laps, headed your way right here on TurnLeftTV. All right, hey, thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Right now, we are just about ready to finish the practice session. Like 2 minutes, 40 seconds left. Again, thank you so much for coming in. I'm your broadcaster and commentator, Heath Johnson. This is Pocono Raceway here tonight. 150 laps. No, it's not 150 laps. My God, what is it? It's 70 laps tonight. I've got to change that part right there. See? That's a problem. I need an assistant. Is Dua Lipa available? I mean, seriously. $70 laps tonight, I believe. Double check that. There we go. 70 laps tonight. See, at least I did that right. All right, hey, thanks for coming in. Also got Claudio Bardelli Jr. already in here. Givaldo, always the first in line here tonight. Good to see him out in the chat session. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you're interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from, not only here in the United States, but Elite Hosting USA can also find servers in your region of the world that would suit your needs. Also WordPress hosting, online store hosting, VPS hosting, and shared web hosting available through EliteHostingUSA.com. That's just providing our internet service here at HighOctaneRacing.net, our web address anyway, and our servers. So, feel free to come on over and join us at HighOctaneRacing.net. You'll get links to the broadcasts and look to see what the guys are running throughout the week, the rFactor 2 times, and of course, each one of our series that are running. We have pages for those. So come on out and join us. We'd love to have you. And thanks for coming into the YouTube channel and checking out TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there, man. I think we are, I think we're working our way into the Christmas season. That's nice. So a little time off there. A little napping here and there. And of course, thinking about family and friends, and hoping everybody's being safe and able to enjoy, being with their family over the holidays. So we've got some great racing headed your way, so it'll be a good chance for you to catch up on some TurnLeftTV racing. Please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you were here. Appreciate that. And if you'd like to hit that subscribe button, I would love that. It's right there, man. Just give it a little jab. you'll get updates when races are going live and when we have videos uploaded. Also, you can click on the links down in the description of this race if you'd like to follow those over to the Fanatec website and help me out. If you're interested in purchasing some of their equipment, please feel free to do so and use those links. I would greatly appreciate that. I'm honored that folks have come out and join us here, not only in the broadcast, but come out and race with us as well. So we're getting ready to go over to the qualification session. But thanks for coming out tonight. Really appreciate it. A lot of videos for you to check out down there as well. Stream through scroll through those past live streams, and we got some great racing going on this weekend and all season long, of course. And we got a few subscribers joining here in the last few days as well. So peace to all those folks. And again, hit that thumbs up button and let me know you were here, and share my videos with all your friends on any social media platform where you're able to share YouTube videos. You're more than welcome to share my videos here at TurnLeftTV. Do have some great racing headed your way. We got Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nashville Super Speedway, great track there, converted over by Paulo Chachalowski. And hey, I'm going to put a little plug in for myself here. I helped Paulo smooth out some of the track mesh, get this track released. So give me a little bit of credit there. I will give myself a little bit of credit there. I didn't do much, man. Just helped him out a little bit. So Paulo does a great job of converting some tracks over, give us a little bit more of a repertoire. And we are racing that tomorrow night in the Saturday Night Thunder. We call this Beat the Broadcaster Night, so it's race number 5 of the season. And the racing starts at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Earlier on Saturday, man, you're going to get your fill with some racing. This is going to be huge. Charlotte Motor Speedway in the third race of the Saturday Showdown Series, starting at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we got a great mix of drivers from Russia, Eastern Europe, also over into Central and Western Europe as well to join us. And of course our typical crowd from the U.S., Canada, and Brazil too. We get a lot of drivers there coming out, so it's a great little time, a great day of the week. Last week we had 22 drivers at Daytona. Who knows what we're going to get coming out here at Charlotte Motor Speedway tomorrow, 100 laps. And that's going to be the Saturday Showdown. Of course, that'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Take a look at the qualifiers here so far. Givaldo Spindle in the 68 car here qualifying. Don Stanley top time 52.908. Preston Hassel now jumping to the top of the grid. See Givaldo, a little work to do here right now. His first lap out. Takes a long time to get around this joint. Look at that 68 car as he's coming off turn 3. .334. So right now, Givaldo in the 9th position. Paul Brown now top on the charts. How about this, man? Gary Madu joining us out here for the first time. My gosh, who let that guy in the door? 1X car tonight. 52.474 is the time to beat. Gary Madu currently 3rd on the grid with his 2nd lap. We'll take a look at the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. Of course, tonight at Pocono. Next week? Is it next? Oh my God. Next week is Christmas. You kidding me? Thought I had more time. Oh, so we're off next week, Christmas. So hopefully everybody will enjoy Christmas Eve. I know I always watch the It's a Wonderful Life. on that night and get ready to spend Christmas Day with my family. Talladega Superspeedway coming up on December 31st. Those people who aren't out there celebrating New Year's Eve. So Homestead Miami Speedway on January the 7th and finishing out the season at Kentucky on January the 14th. With Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in his qualification attempt. How about third on the grid here so far for Claudio? Marky Dana jumped to the top of the grid, 52.397. Bardelli got another lap in him here. So Vieira, Brown, Bardelli Jr., Marizan, and Madu, the top five. Danilo Coelho out here tonight as well. Good to see him out. Like to hear about Danilo out here with us. 52.791 is that time for Bardelli Jr. Is currently third on the grid, so really good starting position for him. Archibald, they're kicking everybody's booty. His lap, 2.397. So congratulations to Archibald on his qualification lap. And we get a Well, who got the big win last week? Well, they're going to go three wide. Out of the bag 2X now. Gets out of the gas.
Listen to this broadcast.
To the finish. Oh, guess we got one more. I got excited there for a second. The 2X car inching ahead of the 77. He might have 4 tires. The 2X of Craig Marizan. Is he going to be the sleeper here? He's going to take the race win. Craig Marizan gets the race win on a late race caution flag. So great victory there for Craig Marizan at Martinsville. We're starting to see more and more of him, and that's a great thing. Good to see Craig out and regular with us now. Hopefully that's going to be a permanent thing. So we'll excited for that. But got that race win, the green-white checker there at Martinsville. So congratulations to 2X Craig Marizan. So actually we have about a couple minutes left in the qualification. These guys are actually going through the drivers' meeting right now, the instructions to the drivers. Todd Robillard right now, the voice at HORL. He is doing a great job as our admin right now. He's giving a driver's meeting.
Lane before you do so. Don't exit the server while you're out on the racetrack. It will cause penalties, and it will mix up the running order of timing and scoring. Any questions?
So those guys getting their driver's meeting. I might peek in on that once in a while. So about a minute left here in the qualification session. These giving some advertisements there for the races tomorrow. The Saturday Showdown Series at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time qualifications. About 2:20, 2:30 will be the race. And then the Saturday Night Thunder headed your way at Nashville at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, we're going to switch this bad boy over to the warm-up session, but we will take a look at the qualification results. Arthur Vieta with a 52.397 starts in P1. Outside row 1 will be Paul Brown. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 car will start in third. Craig Marizon outside row 2 in the 2X machine. Gary Madu in his first race out qualifies in the 5th position. In 6th will be Danilo Coelho in that 8X machine. Preston Hassel in the 27 car. Good to see Preston back, man. Hope he's feeling better. I know he must be if he's back here racing with us, so good to see the 27 car out tonight. We got lots of love for Preston. And he qualifies in the 7th position. John Stanley, the staple gun, qualifies in 8th in that 12 car. Ed Palumbo in the 54. Qualifies in the 9th position. Todd Robillard in the 90 will qualify 10th. Qualifying in the 11th position is the 29 car of Zach Muncasey. Tim Lansbury in the 82 car qualifies in 12th. Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car qualifies 13th. Thiago Gomez in the 9X will start 14th. Chris Hughes in the 7 car will start in the 15th position. Gilmar Peixoto in the 3X qualifies in the 16th position. Christian Wilson in the 30 car qualifies in 17th. And Dan Richter, Indiana native and Boiler fan, qualifies in the 18th position in the 65 car. All right, we're back. Hey, thank you so much for joining us here tonight on TurnLeftTV. Right now in the warm-up session, we got about 5.5 minutes before we get the command to start the engines. Well, I'm going to give you my keys to the race. How about that? Whether you like it or not. Again, peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's behaving themselves. And, of course, I say that all the time. I was like the worst behaved human being on the planet for a while. I'm straightened up, though. I swear. Race keys. Hey, which corner are you going into, man? I mean, all three of them are different. You got to remember which corner you're going into and remember how you drive those corners. This is the toughest part of this track for me. I'm not a huge fan of this track, but you know, these guys love it. That's why we see 18 drivers here joining us tonight. Tires, tires, tires. I think specifically in turns 1 and 2, tires are going to be really important, especially 2, man. And, of course, coming out of 3, too. How quickly you can get on the gas depends on how good those tires are. Front stretch draft, you got to have somebody to work with in the front stretch. That's going to give you a huge edge if you can have somebody to work with there, at least learn how to draft there. And turn 2. Did I mention turn 2? They say it's like Indy, but man, this thing is tough. It really is. After you come out of turn 1, you kind of forget how to drive turn 2. That's a tough one. Seems like it would be an easy one, but it really is the toughest one on the track. So those are my race keys, man. Remember which corner you're going into. That's the main thing. All right, hey, thanks a lot for coming in, and a good race here for you. It's a little under 4 minutes left to go in the warm-up session. Already getting some homeboys there showing up in the chat session. Of course, Givaldo, Claudio, our regulars here at TurnLeftTV. So they're joining us and racing out here tonight, so best of luck to them. Boa sorte, Givaldo and Claudio. Zachman Casey coming down pit lane. Jim Lansbury in the 82 car. Out here tonight. Guys, we're talking about how the right front really wearing out kind of fast here in this setup, so we're going to definitely take care of tires here tonight. We'd mentioned tires. Very important that you got a good long run car. I think you're going to have long green flag runs here tonight. We'll take a look at the track here at Long Pond, Pennsylvania. This is Pocono Raceway. Banking in turn 1 at 14 degrees. I think it's not a hard turn, really. It's easy to overdrive turn 1. It's a tight one, tightest one of the 3. Turn 2 is a lot like Indy and a tough one. And then turn 3 seems like it goes on forever. We got to get a good exit so you get a great long run down Long Pond Straight. All right, boys and girls, it's about that time. It's Pocono Raceway tonight. The tricky triangle. 70 laps here, race number 7 of the season. This could be a big one, man. Big field here tonight, 18 drivers. Pretty good field. Here we go.
All right, all right, all right. Gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, here we go. Pocono Raceway tonight. Uh-oh. Do it a little, uh-oh, looks like they kicked me, man. Do a little restart here real quick. Man, all that pomp and circumstance. So booting back up here right now, so get back in here, so shouldn't take too long. While we're booting back up, we'll show you the schedule here in the Buschwackers series. So Pocono this week, and next week we're off for Christmas. Talladega Super Speedway coming up on December the 31st. Homestead on January the 7th, and January the 14th we got Kentucky Speedway. Great track there. January the 14th to finish out the season. Take a look at the Saturday Night Thunder schedule. That's coming up tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're at Nashville next week, of course, off for Christmas. Kentucky Speedway coming up on the 1st of January. Everybody's going to be mad and climbing out there on the track at Kentucky on January the 1st. Hey, by the way, our hearts go out to all those folks there in Kentucky and across the Midwest that have been affected by tornadoes, too. Definitely devastating, and we think about that, like seeing that come up on the schedule there reminds me of that. So it looks like on our way back in here, we'll should be in soon. So thanks for your patience. Appreciate that. Anybody knows rFactor 2 knows the deal there. So right now, logging back in here. We'll take a look real quick at the showdown schedule. Charlotte tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then off for Christmas, of course. And then talking about people being mad after New Year's Eve and hungover and just flat out angry. That is that's going to be interesting. That's Bristol Motor Speedway headed your way there. That'll be crazy. So we're just about there, so hang tight. All right, here we'll kick it over here. Looks like kick it over to race. So thanks for being patient there. Sorry about that. We get a little bit of a snafu. Looks like we're okay now, I believe. Have to wait a little bit for the overlays, I think, to refresh. For some reason, we get a little bit of an issue with that sometimes. That'll be a custom mod type of thing. Artivator starts in P1. Paul Brown second. Claudio Bargelli Jr. starts in the third position. Craig Marizon fourth. Gary Madu starts in the fifth position. Until we get that loaded, here's our little bit of a backup. Well, Gilmar here, it's like he DQ'd.
Green flag, go, go, go.
right, here we go. Sorry about that. We had it on mute. 77 car. He is the race leader. The 4 of Art Vieta in the second position. In third is the 2X of Craig Bearzon, last week's winner. John Stanley off the pace there in the 12 car. He in the 7. Chris Hughes. Take a look here and see what happened. Oh, the 8X comes off the wall and then gets into the 12, and then it's like a Gilmar Peixoto. Take a look and see what happened here as the oh man, the 12 and the 8X get together here. Looks like they're going to give it another shot here since Gilmar got DQ'd there on the start. So these guys right now are helping all right, I think we're going to do it for real this time. Sorry about that. If you're all joining us here, the whole 5 people that are in the broadcast right now. They're like Aerosmith, man. Big as we are. All right, here we go. I think we got everybody back in, so So Artur Vieta in the 4 car will lead the field here to take the green flag. So we've had a little bit of a challenge here. I got kicked from the race, and somebody got DQ'd when I finally rejoined. So I think we got everything in hand now. So hopefully everybody's got their fingers crossed, and we're wishing good thoughts. Paul Brown starts in the 2nd position. Ardelli Jr. 3rd, Bearzon in 4th. We forgot to check the side-by-side view, didn't we? Here tonight. So well, hopefully that's working. Yeah, it doesn't look like it is, so that's good news. So that one's working. Ardelli Jr. get a good starting position for him. He starts in 3rd in the 91 car. Craig Bearzon starts in 4th. Again, last week's winner, Craig Bearzon in the 2X car. Gary Madu starts 5th. Danilo Coelho starts in the 6th position. Preston Hassel 7th. John Stanley 8th. Happy anniversary to Will Dunbar. He said he's got his anniversary here. We got started a little while ago, but we got had a disconnect. Broadcaster got disconnected on the switchover. And then also we had a DQ, so we had to restart. So we'll be all right, I think. Saturday, it's a Friday night. But happy anniversary. Here we go. Pace car is in.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, off the green as Archer Vieta leads the field into turn one. Everybody gonna have to behave here a little bit. Vieta in a 4 car coming around turn one. 77 Paul Brown trying to hang on to that second position as 91 Claudio Bardelli Jr. on the bottom side here. As you see, they're 3 wide coming down off turn one. Looking out the back of Archer Vieta's machine, you see the 91 and the 77 side by side. Bardelli Jr. now in fourth as Gary Madu in the 1X car coming into turn 3 gets around. So Madu now up to the 3rd position in that 1X machine. 91 hanging on to 4th, but Craig Marizon putting some heat on him right now in the 2X car. Coming into turn 1, nose to tail there, 1 through 6. Ed Palumbo in that 54 car in that Bella Yellow sponsor machine running in the 6th position. Paul Brown now here vying for the race lead as he's down below the 4 car. So the 77 looking to try to get some, get that 77 car to the front. And Gary Madu going to use that opening to try to get by Archer Vieta. Side-by-side racing right there. Paul Brown makes that pass. Gary Madu in the 1X car now in the 2nd position. His first race out. Thiago Gomez in the 9X machine, the 82, Tim Lansbury here battling it out. 9X going to make that pass now up to the 15th position. Tim Lansbury in the 82, running in 16th. Look at 54 at Palumbo here running in P6. Behind him, a little bit of a gap there is the 7th place car, Zachman Casey. About there by himself as the 27, Preston Hassel running in P8. A little bit of a gap there for him. He's got a battle on his hands with Danilo Coelho. Coelho on the inside line of that 8X machine battling the 27. Preston Hassel in the 27 here coming into turn 1, trying to hang on to that spot as Danilo on the bottom side. Preston, that AMD-sponsored Ryzen Ford Mustang, hanging on to that spot. Well, way up the track is now John Stanley and Todd Robillard here battling it out. John Stanley on the high side there, but Todd Robillard on that inside might give Stanley the room he needs to get down to the bottom side here to see if he can't try to make some moves. Coming out of turn 2. Oh, the 90 dives down here. We're 3 wide. Big turn 2 and 3. Cooler heads prevailed as the 90 backs off and lets the 12 car get around. Now the 90 dealing with the 8X of Danilo Coelho. Coelho there falling back just a little bit. How about Chris Hughes here in the 7 car? He's running in the 12th position, making some moves. So good battle here between the 7 and the 8X. Dan Richter here making some moves. He gets around Givaldo Spindola in the 68. Dan Richter in that 65 car. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola now running in 16th. Get out of the front of his machine. You see Dan Richter in the 65, 82 Tim Lansbury, and also Christian Wilson up there as well in that yellow machine. The 29 is caught up to the 54 car, so tight battle here. Ed Palumbo running in the 6th position. Zachman Casey in the 7th spot. The 54 and the 29. Good battle there between the two of those guys. We'll take a look at the 77. Paul Brown. Arjun Vieta now trying to reclaim some spots here in this 4 car on the inside line, getting around the 1X at 91. Bardelli Jr. trying to follow him through, looking out of the back of Vieta's machine. At Deguste Burger sponsored Chevy Camaro is Madu there trying to get by on that in that 1X machine. 91 Bardelli Jr. on the inside. Good battle there between Bardelli Jr. and Gary Madu. The 2X also in this mix. That's Craig Marizon on the 2X machine. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. making that pass on Gary Madu. Craig Marizon in this mix too. Craig Marizon in the 2X. I'm going to battle here with Gary Madu. Madu in the 4th position. Marizon is in the 5th spot. John Stanley, Todd Robillard here battling it out. John Stanley, the 12 car, the 90 of Todd Robillard down on the bottom side. Good side-by-side racing here. This is for the 9th position. John Stanley tried to, oh man, that got tight right there. Got tight in the turn as the 90 car down below the 12. Coming off turn 3. Oh, the 12 might have made a little contact with the wall. The 90 down on the inside line. The 12 might have made some contact. Some right side damage for that machine. Still battling it out. Todd Robillard, they're trying to slide up there. Is that 12 car looking like he might be able to get into the back of that 90 Camaro. This is for P9 as Robillard holds on to that spot, but John Stanley tagging on to the back end of that 90 car. Oh boy, oh that got gamey. That got gamey, the 90 car. Wow, he almost got into the back of the 27 car. There might have been a little contact there. Holy smokes. Dan Richter in the 65, the 30, and the 7 all racing together here. Oh, we got a yellow flag. We got a yellow flag here. We got a yellow flag, and they are wrecking. They are wrecking. Paul Brown will take the caution flag. Take a look and see what happened here. Take a look and see what happened here as Ed Palumbo and, Todd Robillard and Ed Palumbo get together. Palumbo in the wall. Palumbo in the wall there as he and Todd Robillard got together. Take a look at this a little bit earlier here. Rubelard's got a heck of a run here on the outside line as the 90 car and the 54 are going to make contact right there. 27, lucky to have missed that. My heaven, Preston Hassel there, Johnny on the spot on that one. Go on board here with Preston Hassel. Watch this. This is going to get wild right here. Oh, man. How does he end up missing that? John Stanley in the grass. He misses it as well. Holy smokes. How did John Stanley miss that, man? Look at this on board here with John Stanley as we're watching the replay. There's contact right there. And Stanley in the grass to miss the 90 car. Holy smokes. Great driving right there. I think it was just sort of a little bit of a racing deal, to be honest with you. I mean, it was a tough deal. Doesn't come together. They were coming off the turn. Paul Brown, the race leader here. All right, a good little bit of racing right there. We had 11 laps in for that. Takes a while to get 11 laps in, doesn't it? These guys coming down pit lane here. Guys coming down pit lane. Robillard going to have to start at the tail end of the line, so and these guys now going to have a little bit of a battle coming off pit lane. Battle right there. A lot of room to breathe here on pit lane at Pocono. Well, don't forget, coming up tomorrow afternoon here Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. will be the broadcast. We'll start the broadcast just probably a little bit before 2 p.m., but roughly around there. But racing starts at 2:20, 2:30, and that's at Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Saturday Showdown Series. It's race number 3 of the season. That track is bumpy, and we're going to have a huge field, so keep your fingers crossed on that one. We've got a lot of great Euro drivers and Russian drivers, Eastern European drivers joining us in this series, and of course, our healthy mix of U.S., Canada, and Brazilian drivers as well. So that'll be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Don't want to miss it. That's the Saturday Showdown Series coming up tomorrow in the 2018 X Mod here on TurnLeftTV and High Octane Racing. And, of course, the Saturday Night Thunder Series headed your way. This is the Great Cup Series. Open setups in this series. 1X tires, 1X fuel, 60% damage setting. We'll be at Nashville Super Speedway. We call this Beat the Broadcaster Night. This is the chance for you to come out and beat up on me. I'll be in the driver's seat. Well, race number 5 of the season. And Nashville's a fun track, man. 110 laps at that great super speedway. Concrete, a little tough on tires, and a lot of room to race here at this one. So Saturday Night Thunder headed your way tomorrow at 9 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We've moved it up an hour for our Brazilian friends. We're going to take a look at the, messing around a little bit. We'll take a look at the season standings coming into tonight's race. Paul Brown, 203 points there, just a 2-point lead over Christian Wilson. Valdo Spindola sits third in points. Preston Hassel fourth. Craig Marizon fifth. You see Colin Madiak in the sixth position. Todd Robillard coming into tonight in the seventh position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. eighth. Sean Jacobs ninth, and Ed Palumbo rounding out the top 10 in points coming into tonight's race. Now, I expect we're going to see a couple guys coming down pit lane, and we do see 3 drivers coming down pit lane. Get the one to go this time by. So Paul Brown now back to the race lead. We are getting a few guys here coming down pit lane here, so playing a little strategy. Of course, Todd starting at the end of the line, but you got about 5, 6, 7 guys on pit lane right now. As we take a look at our side-by-side view there. Danilo Coelho in a 17th position now. That 8X machine coming off pit lane. So it looks like 29, Zach McCasey's worked his way up to the second position. Preston Hassel will start third in the 27 car. 12, John Stanley starts in the fourth position. The 30, Christian Wilson starts in P5. Tiago Gomez in the 9X machine starts in the sixth position. Seventh will be Givaldo Spindola. Palumbo starts in the 8th spot. Vieta 9th, and Badu in 10th. So we got some fast cars back there in the middle of the pack. So this is going to be very, very interesting here. So some of these guys might have gambled a little bit, maybe taken 2 tires. All right, here we go. Off the track, back to green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Paul Brown side by side with Zach Casey heading into turn 1. '29 car way up the track. It's now the 12 and the 27 both getting by. These guys are getting wild back there. 12 and the 29 side by side now as the 27, Preston Hassel, makes that pass. And right now, Casey in a little bit of a hornet's nest. He's up on the outside line. This is turn 2. Very dicey right here, side by side. Guys pull it off coming into turn 3. Stanley's going to have that preferred line, I think. As the outside line, going to have a little bit trouble dealing with that inside line as he comes off the track there, or up the track a little bit, and the 12 car pulls off that pass. Christian Wilson in the 30 and the 65 of Dan Richter here battling it out. This is for the 8th position. This should just keeps getting better each and every week. Here in that 30 car. See the 9X of Thiago Gomez up the track. Just ahead on board here with Christian Wilson as we're watching the 1X of Gary Madu out of the front of his machine. Out of the back, he's got a whole... Oh, Dan Richter hits the wall! Dan Richter hit the wall. He comes off the track. I haven't heard anything about a yellow flag yet. Dan Richter smacked the wall, and he is down on that apron now, or that access road, and I don't know what happened there. Oh my heavens, did you see that? Something happened to the 65 car. Like he just smacked the wall. We'll have to see what happened here to Dan Richter. I mean, that was a hard lick there for him. Take a look at here, Dan Richter. This is a little bit earlier. He's down on the inside. Looks like he's going to make some moves here on the 30 car. 30 car gets a little bit of a run. Richter's still working that outside line. So this is a little bit earlier. The 65, and looks like he had just gotten up a little bit too high there and made some contact with the wall. I don't know whether maybe it was a lag, but again, taking a look at the 65 car, everything seems to be fine right there. You see the 9X drifting up the track. It's about where we were really focused on this action. He's right here, and I don't know whether, what the deal is. I don't think he gets into the back of the 30X car. I think he just gets over a little bit too far, makes contact with the wall right there, and then comes across the track, and oh, man, that is a hard lick on the inside wall. And he is going to have a heck of a lot of damage to that machine. So we saw that. What a tough break there for 65 of Dan Richter. We go back live here as the 77. Oh my heavens, man. He's got a huge lead right now, 1.5 second lead on P2, P3, and I think second and third, those guys have followed each other into the wall a little bit. Christian Wilson here working on the 54 of Ed Palumbo, so this 30 car looking pretty solid here. He's now up to the 7th position. Good battle there as the 54 Ed Palumbo hold on to that spot. About this, Craig Marizon and Chris Hughes. Chris Hughes in the 7 car, Craig Marizon in the 2X. This is for the 12th position. 91, Claudio Bargelli Jr. Oh, in this mix right here. Oh, it got tight. There's Todd Robillard in this mix. He's trying to work his way back to the front. Get him out there, up there in mid-pack and start racing, picking his way through the traffic. There's the 1X and the 27 battling it out. This is for the 3rd position, the 1X, Gary Madu. And the 27 of Preston Hassel. Preston Hassel there holding him off. Is that Madu try his luck there, trying to get back to P3. Look at his 30 car here now, battling it out with that Palumbo. Oh, the 27 up the track there. 3 wide now. 3 wide is the 30 there looking ahead, and he sees nothing but a traffic jam. Oh, right there, there's contact between the 30 and the 82, or 30 and the 54. The 30 hold on to that thing. Oh, my heavens. 3 wide here. These guys getting after it here. We're only 21 laps in. Track position, everything, maybe. Coming off turn 3, and Christian Wilson hold on to this thing. This thing is getting crazy. Beat up tires. Guys are kind of complaining about how that right front wears out, but these guys are driving it like it's the last lap. Look at this, the 30 and the 2X still battling it out. Take a look at this a little bit earlier here. Artivieta, and looking out in the front of his machine right there is that 30 and that 54 get together, and that 30 car, Artivieta, is up the track there missing. He might have gotten into the wall. We'll take a look out in front of his machine. Watch this 30 car and this 54. 30 trying to dive down there, take a 3 wide, gets into the 54. That'll get you in the doghouse. That will get you in the doghouse. Todd Robillard here trying to make some moves. Oh, there's contact there now. 30 and the 2X. Oh, my heavens. The 90 trying to get through the 9X. These guys three wide here coming into turn 1. Cooler heads prevail. But there was more contact. Look at this. Watch this. The 30 and the 2X coming off the turn. This is off turn 3. There's contact there. And then Todd Robillard slapping through. Goes out of the front of his machine. Watch this. This gets so serious in a hurry, and the Red Sea parts for him. He gets by both those guys. 9X also trying to get through. Man, these guys are racing like it's the last lap here. Look at this, the 8X. The 8X and the 9X battling it out. 8X getting by that 9X. So Danilo Coelho now moving up to the 14th position. Thiago Gomez back to 15. It is Artivieta in the 4 car, the 27, battling it out. 4 car up the track. There's a 4 car getting by, now taking over P5. Preston Hassel back to the 6th position. How about this? Rekindling that battle, the 2X and the 7 of Chris Hughes. Nick Bear's on the outside line. Chris Hughes down on the inside. Guys starting to cool out here just a little bit. Well, these guys getting all racy. Paul Brown stepping away here a little bit. About this, Zachman Casey and the 1X. Excuse me, the 1X of Gary Madu. The 4 of Artivieta here all battling it out. This is for the 3rd position. Casey and that Toyota Camry, they're 29. Now picking up P3, Artivieta now in the 4th spot. Take a look at Paul Brown here in the 77 car. He's got a 3.7 second lead on the rest of the field. He's like, hey man, heck with you guys, I'm running away. These guys busy beating up on each other. John Stanley's kind of cleared the fray. He's now up to the 2nd position, but Zachman Casey and Artivieta here working together, and these guys starting to make some moves. Closing in on P2. It's 3rd and 4th you're looking at. Zachman Casey in the 29 having a great night here so far. He's closing in on the 12 of John Stanley. Now we know John Stanley's had some contact with the wall. But he's got a little bit of damage here. You see the 29 drifting up the track, and that's going to leave the door open for Artivieta. Vieta on the inside line, he backs off. Now is not the time. Preston Hassel, the 27 car. Now battling Gary Madu coming into turn 1. For the 27. Oh, is the 1X going to try to do that crossover move? No. Tried it, but not able to do it. Preston Hassel slamming the door. It's now Claudio Bardelli Jr. on his way through. Take a look at Bardelli Jr. the 91. He's going to pick up that spot. This is Craig Bearzon and the 82 of Tim Lansbury here running in the 9th spot. As the 2X gets by, the 82 now back to the 10th position. Danilo Coelho in the 8X machine now catching up to that 54 car. 54 now giving up a spot back to 12 as Danilo moves up to the 11th position. They're side by side, however, still not finished arguing over this spot. And Palumbo says, hey, not so fast. Battling back on the outside line at 8X. Down on the inside, it's going to get a little crazy right here. 7 of Chris Hughes in this mix. So he's decided to join this party. Don't forget about Thiago Gomez in the 9X machine as well. Look at this, coming off turn 3. Oh, not a lot of room there. That 7 makes some room. Oh, as the 9X makes contact with the wall coming off the turn. Take a look at this 7 car on board here with him as Chris Hughes following the 8X and the 54. These guys side by side. Into turn 1. That 8X not giving up. And oh, he's going to be able to hold it down there. That Toyota hugging that white line. He's going to make that pass. 54 going to let the 7 car go through, I think, as well. Chris Hughes and Ed Palumbo now side by side for the 12th position. Now the 30 car trying to come through. Christian Wilson looking on the low side. He wants to get through, take over a spot. Ed Palumbo complaining a little bit about a handling issue in that 54 car. That thing seems like it won't turn for him. 9X getting through as well. Thiago Gomez. We'll take a look at Arjavada here running in the 2nd position. He's gotten around John Stanley. John Stanley now in P3, but he has got a mirror full of that 29 car. This 29 looking solid here tonight. Craig Marizon, Gary Madu now side by side. The 2X and the 1X. The battle of the X's. Oh, wait a minute. That sounds like a divorce thing. So the 2X getting by the 1X. Craig Marizon in 8th position. Gary Madu in 9th. Valdo Spindle in the 68 car. I think looks like Ed Palumbo in the 54. He's coming down pit lane. So he was complaining about the car not feeling very good for him. He is on pit lane. Look at this battle here, the 12 and the 29. Ed Palumbo making an early pit stop here. Get some service taken. Not too early, as we hear some guys indicating they're coming down pit lane. John Stanley, he says he's coming down pit lane. John Stanley in that 12 car making a pit stop. Preston Hassel coming in here with the 12. So Ed Palumbo back out on track after making pit stop. All right, the race leader, Paul Brown, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. So that's 77 car. Got a big race lead here. Now it has diminished somewhat now, 4.7 seconds. So I really think that you got to be thinking about Archie Vieta and Zach McCasey. Those guys are really doing a good job at chipping into that lead a little bit. Is Paul Brown now coming off track to make a pit stop? That's going to give the race lead to Archie Vieta here in the 4 car. So Paul Brown on pit lane as Archie Vieta getting some laps led here in the form. Wish we had some more options on the cameras there. I'm hitting the change the camera button and it's holding on to that. But that right side screen there is Paul Brown services his machine. Archie Vieta is the leader in that 4. Paul Brown finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Vieta coming off the track, coming down pit lane. So the 4 car giving up the race lead. I think Bardelli Jr. is coming down pit lane. Todd Robillard also coming down pit lane. So we're getting some drivers making pit stops here. It's going to be that maybe some pit strategy playing out here. Look at that. The 7 and the 9X almost getting into one another. So Vieta on pit lane. Take a look at Paul Brown here in the 77. I suspect once things shake out, he'll be back to the race lead. Vieira now coming back out on track. Now in the third position in that 4 car. Paul Brown the leader. So cycling through pit stops there. Dan Richter up to the 2nd position in that 65 car. Archie Vieira now closing in on him. So this battle for P2 heating up here. And I think Richter might be on a little bit of maybe a tire save strategy, or maybe he's still out here on old tires. But now the 4 car getting into the back of that 65. Remember the 65 had some pretty hard contact with the outside and then the inside wall a little bit earlier. So he may be dealing with a boogered up race car. Take a look at this. It's the 27 and the 12, the 91 all battling for position. Preston Hassel in the 27 is in P4. John Stanley in the 12 car running in the 5th position. This guy's getting around Dan Richter on the outside line. Oh, they're 3 wide there behind is Dan Richter. Has to really be Johnny on the spot there to keep those guys from getting into him as he let those guys go. Not too much fight right there for Dan Richter in the 65, and he's coming down pit lane. That's why. So that got gamey. And it is getting gamey right here with the 91 and the 12. John Stanley in the 12 car, the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. for Camaro versus Mustang. Mustang wins out on that so far. It's John Stanley holding on to that position. The 91 can't pull off that pass, but John Stanley's got a pretty good run here on the 27 car. Got 2 Mustangs, Camaro and a Camry. That is 3, 4, 5, and 6. Bardelli Jr. running in P6, or excuse me, P5 is looking out of the front of his machine. He's starting to look on the low side. Here's where you need that good draft right here to be able to pull off a pass. You see right there a little bit of shakiness on that 12 as he come off the turn. I don't know whether he was trying to get around the 27 car. We got a little contact right there. He's trying to get out of 27, backed off, got a little shaky right there in the 91, using it to get below the 12, but they got some little contact going on. The 12 and the 91 battling it out. Good friendly battle there. Christian Wilson in the 30 car here, getting around the 54. Making over the 11th position. Coming into turn 1, that 30 car looking pretty solid. That Mustang, Ed Palumbo going to make him earn it. As Ed Palumbo would make any driver earn it. The 30 car stepping on the gas there and getting around Palumbo. Not able to clear him quite yet. That battle not quite over. You see the 8X in this mix now too. The 30 car dives into the turn and gets around that 54. Before having to play a little defense there on the 8X, but now he's going to go on offense. Go on offense to see if he can't reclaim this spot from the 30 car. Side by side here, the 30 and the 54. 30 car drifting up the track there a little bit, coming off turn 3. The 30 hold on to that spot. How about this? Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 12 of John Stanley. Bardelli Jr. goes up to the high side. John Stanley down to the inside line, and Bardelli Jr. now using that outside line to make some passes here. He gets around. How about that? Bardelli Jr. now climbing up to the 4th position. John Stanley back to 5th. Look at this, 3 wide right now. 8X, 9X, and the 54 here battling it out. The 8X car. Danilo Coelho battling it out with Ed Palumbo. Thiago Gomez also in this mix. On board here with Danilo Coelho. Picking up that spot. Thiago Gomez going to follow him through in that Toyota Camry. So a couple Toyotas here working together. Well, Paul Brown leading the field, and he's got a big lead. 8.4 second gap there on Arjun Vieta. I don't know what he's done to his setup, but this thing is working for him right now. Holy smokes. 8.3 second lead over Arjun Vieta. Preston Hassel in third. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Actually, looks like Bardelli Jr. might have taken over the third position as the 27 on the outside line. Bardelli Jr. That 91 on the inside line, he's going to take over this spot. Not so fast. Preston Hassel says, hey, I got something for you on the outside line. Oh, those guys get together, it looks like. These guys battling it out. You're on lap 38, just past halfway. The 91 and the 27 car fighting it out for the third position. 91 hugging that white line there, trying to get the clearance on the 27. The 27 pinching him a little bit, coming off turn 3. There's where that draft is going to help. You see the 12 car stays in the high line back there. As they're still side by side going into turn 1. And I think the 91 is going to have a little bit of an advantage here coming into turn 1. Now, can he get the room that he needs to be able to clear the 27? He's going to try. 27 still on his high line here. Look at this. Great side by side racing here. Great battle here between the 91 and the 27. This is for the third position. These guys have been swapping spots. Looks like the 91 finally gets around that 27 car. Great clean racing on the 27 and the 91. That's some savvy, cagey veterans right there. Look at this, the 7 and the 54. One of our young guns and one of our old guard HORL drivers. Battling it out for P14. 7 car to the inside line, and you know he's going to have to earn this one. Got a little bit of a better car there, later pit stop for him, and the 54, remember he was the first car to come down pit lane to start this whole sequence off, so he's on a little bit older tires than the rest of these guys. He's now back to the 15th position. Paul Brown and the 65 Dan Richter just behind him is actually on fresher tires, but he is the first car 1 lap down, the only car 1 lap down right now. And he's in the lucky dog position, so he wants to hold on to the back of that 77 car. The 77 gets around another driver like a Jomar Peixoto, I think, in the 3X machine is the next car to be a lap down if things work out the way they are. So you see, there goes Jomar, and here is our race leader, Paul Brown. P2 Arjun Vieta kind of out there by himself right now. See him entering turn 1. And Bardelli Jr., Preston Hassel, John Stanley, Zachman Casey. Kind of get an idea where everybody's at. Good little battle right there. 30. Palumbo's retired his machine. He just felt like that car was not behaving for him, and I don't know what's going on there with the. He just said, I've had enough of this, and he's retired his machine. Maybe he got caught speeding on pit lane. I'm not sure. But Palumbo, yeah, he retired. What a bummer there. Had a tough night. Palumbo there retiring. That is a tough break there, man, for him. Not the night he wanted, I'm sure. Arjun Vieta here running in the second position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. running in third, and a good battle here with P4. That is Preston Hassel, John Stanley running in fifth. So these guys have really been pretty close here. 91 took him a little while to get around the 27, but he's not been able to run away from those guys. And now you're looking at third, fourth, and fifth. Zachman Casey in that 29. Drifting up the track there, leaving the door open for the 2X of Craig Marazon. Casey running in the 6th position, Marazon running in 7th. So, nice, pretty close battle there between the 29 and the 2X. Don't forget about Todd Rodlard. He's in this mix as well. He's running in the 8th position. Iago Gomez in the 9X machine. Christian Wilson in the 30 car side by side. The 9X down to the inside line. Battling the 30 of Christian Wilson. 9X gets that spot now, takes over P12. Christian Wilson back to the 13th spot. Paul Brown in the 77 continuing to lead. He's got a big lead there, 9.5 second lead. So he's figured something out here that the rest of these guys have not been able to figure out. Jomar Peixoto hard into the wall. Let's take a look at that 17 car. He got hard into the wall there. I don't know what happened there to Jomar, but we'll take a look. There was contact right there. The 77 got through. Might have been a little contact as the race leaders wanting to get through, but Jomar handling on that car just does not seem like it's there. It's the way the front end of that car is diving around. We'll take a look and see what happened to Jomar. Looks all right so far. He's coming in turn 1 here as a 3X machine. He had just gotten kind of a, him drifting back and forth, and he just got into the wall. That was really pretty hard contact with the wall too. 3X car. I don't think we're going to miss that one. But take a look at this. Todd Robillard and Craig Marazon now battling here for the 7th position. Robillard down to the inside, taking that spot. The 2X, Craig Marazon. Now has to tuck into P6. Preston Hassel coming down pit lane. John Stanley's on pit lane as well. Look at that, John Stanley coming off the track. He's on pit lane. Take a look at Gary Madu here running in the 8th position. He is his first race out, having a pretty good night. Good top 10 run here for him. With Todd Robillard in the 29 is Zach Munkasey. This is for the 4th position as Robillard now picks up P4. Munkasey now back to the 5th position. With Robillard gaining 2 spots here. Gotten around the 2X in the 29. Paul Brown indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. I think John Stanley might have a penalty here. He might have got caught speeding on pit lane. And Paul Brown is 77, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane. Lansbury on pit lane. See Paul Brown coming down pit lane. John Stanley holding out here. He may be wanting a caution flag. John Stanley, we got to wonder what's going on here with him. I saw that there was a penalty there, a little speeding penalty situation for him. Well, car holding out here, maybe hoping for a caution flag. Take a look at Tim Lansbury here now running in the 16th position. He's made his pit stop in the 82. With the Skyline Chili Ford Mustang. Bit of quiet night here for the 82 car. Not too much said right now on the radio in that team, so Going to work on this car a little bit, get this thing a little bit better. Artifietta, the race leader, and he's coming down pit lane as Lansbury goes by. So the 4 car on pit lane. Peixoto on pit lane. See him coming off the track. The 90, 2X also coming down onto pit lane. Bardelli Jr., the leader in the 91 car. Bardelli Jr. getting by the 30, not for position. Craig Marizon in the 2X. He's on pit lane taking service. On board here with him as he finishes up his pit stop. The 91 indicating he's coming down pit lane. Lot going on right here. Some of these guys, I don't know whether they can make it the rest of the way. Some of these late guys coming down like Bardelli Jr. here late, they might be able to make it the rest of the way. Not sure about the 77 car. So we might have a fuel mileage race on our hands. It's Paul Brown. He will reclaim the lead, I believe. He does. Back to the race lead as Bardelli Jr. on pit lane. So he's got a pretty big lead here in the 77 car. Getter running in the 2nd position. Preston Hassel 3rd. John Stanley now in the 4th position. And I got to be wondering what's going on with John Stanley. I thought I saw there was a penalty for him. Maybe he went down pit lane, drove down, but I don't think he did. So he is currently running in the 4th position in the 12th. Bardelli Jr. in the 91 is in 5th. Zachman Casey in the 6th position. 20 laps to go. I think some of these guys surely make it the rest of the way. We saw that Bardelli Jr. looking like he's going down to the bottom line here, getting around the 12. So Bardelli Jr. gaining a spot. The 12 with John Stanley back to the 5th position. The 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. up to P4. Zachman Casey here having a good night. Good 6th place car so far for him. He's been up front all night long. He moved his way to the front pretty quickly. And now has kept that car there, and he's got a battle on his hands with Craig Marizon in the 2X machine. This is for the 6th position as the 29 trying to hold off a charge. And the 2X, we've had one caution flag. 2X, Craig Marizon down to the inside line here. This is a battle into turn 1, side by side with the 29 car. Marizon, can he clear that 29? And it looks like he does. The 2X machine. Craig Marizon now moves up to the 6th position. 29. Zachman Casey now back to 7. On Robillard and the 65. 65, maybe on a little bit different pit strategy there. Getting caught a lap down. Now the 90 car getting by, taking over P8. And Richter now back to 9th. How about this? Christian Wilson in the 30 car. The 1X of Gary Madu battling it out. Christian Wilson, one of our young guns. Gary Madu in his first race out with us. Now back to 12th as the 30 car makes that pass. We might be seeing a little tire save, a little fuel save strategy out of some of these guys. I think the 1X car's got a fast car. Gary Madu has a fast car, but he might be saving some tires. Tim Lansbury here in the 82 car. A bit about gap between he and Todd Robillard ahead. Looks like about almost a 5-second gap between the two of those guys. And then he's got a little bit of comfort, a little bit of a buffer there between he and the 10th place car of Christian Wilson. Todd Robillard coming down pit lane, so I suspect we're going to see pit stops out of some of these guys. And the 90 car might lead the charge. Maybe he's trying to play a little pit strategy. The 90 car coming down pit lane, taking service. Now I got to wonder, who has to pit? Who can make it the rest of the way? The 90 finishing up his pit stop. Quick pit stop for the 90 car. Gilmar Peixoto up on the outside line, that 68, the 27, and the 91 getting by, Givaldo Spindola. Sorry about that, Givaldo. Givaldo Spindola in the 68, that Camaro, communicating to those guys to go by on the inside line. That is just savvy driving right there. Givaldo, track aware, letting those guys go. Right now he's running in the 16th position in that 68 car. Zachman Casey gaining a spot here, so it looks like maybe John Stanley's finally said, hey man, I'm coming down pit lane. I wonder if he's got to stop and go. That would be okay for him, right? Because he can take service, so I don't know. That may not clear it. Who's got to come down pit lane? But Robillard's back out on track. He's in the 14th position. And I think he's banking on pit stops from the rest of these guys. Gary Madu indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane in the 1X machine. So we know he has to make a pit stop. 27 car, Preston Hassel has to come down pit lane in that AMD Ryzen sponsor machine. So we are getting some guys coming down pit lane. 77 car, nothing on the radio from him, but I would suggest to you he's not going another 14 laps. John Stanley back on pit lane. Oh my heavens. May have served that drive-through, and then he can get the caution flag he wanted, and now pitting the car. 77 car indicating he's coming down pit lane. John Stanley back out on track after making pit stop. All brown. Big lead on the field here. I don't know what he's got up his sleeve, but whatever it is working. He's off track, coming down pit lane. Got to be wondering about Archivieta. He's in the 2nd position. I know he can't make it the rest of the way, but maybe he's hoping for a little bit of a caution flag. Kind of trap Paul Brown at the back of the pack. Come down, take some, get some tires. No, he's got to make a pit stop. Question is, when? Take a look at the 68. Givaldo Spindola running in the 16th position. You know he's going to have to come back down pit lane as well. Not the night that Givaldo wanted, but this guy is out each and every week. One of our most loyal HORL members right there. And that is Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car. The 91, Claudio Bartelli Jr. And now running in P2, but Archivieta has come down pit lane. So the race leader making a pit stop. Now our new race leader is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Maybe if he had to do a two-tire stop, we'll have to see. A little fuel in that. That seemed like a pretty quick pit stop there. For Archivetta back out on track. Bardelli Jr. continuing to lead as we see the 4-car rejoining the track. Now in the 6th position. Well, Bardelli Jr., the leader. Todd Robillard here after making pit stop, now in the 10th position in the 90 car. You know he's going to improve that position because some of these other guys have to come back down pit lane. I gotta wonder, man, does he have enough fuel to be able to make it to the end? Don't think he's got enough. Don't think it's got enough fuel to be able to make it to the end, but who knows? Zach Casey running in the 2nd position, 7.7 seconds back, and Paul Brown 12.7 running in P3. We've got 11 laps to go. There is, I don't think any way those guys can make it to the end. We'll see. 29 answering that question as far as he's concerned. He is indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane with 10 laps to go. What I say earlier, fuel mileage straight race here, huh? Had one caution flag, and the 29, well, looks like he may have missed pit lane, so maybe he's coming down pit lane here next time by. See the Archivetta and Danilo Coelho battling it out as the 4-car getting by the 8X. Well, now Vieta in the 4th position. Tim Lansbury on pit lane. He did not want to make a pit stop, but he had to. Bardelli Jr., can he make it the rest of the way? I don't think so. We will see. Tell you what, man, if anybody's got the strategy up their sleeve for that, that would be Bardelli Jr. This guy does a lot of racing. He has got a high IQ when it comes to that, that's for sure. Keep your eye on this 91. He's gotten a championship here. A lot of race wins, and does a heck of a lot of racing. Always streaming on YouTube, so you want to check out Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s stream. Paul Brown running in the 2nd position. He is 11 seconds back, or about 10.5 seconds back too. So he's really closing in on Bardelli Jr. Now Bardelli Jr., I think, is on tire safe strategy or fuel safe strategy at this point. He's trying to get everything he can out of this machine. Gary Madu. Gary Madu might have warped. What happened to Madu there, but he might have warped. Wow. Let's see where he's at now. He rejoined the racing service. Got around Diego Gomez, but I think he warped. Looked like he's back to the 14th position. That was kind of crazy. Gilmore Peixoto in a 3X machine coming down pit lane here late in the race, here on lap 63. Oh, man, he got that car woed up there just in time. And Bardelli Jr. on pit lane there as we go back to live. With Bardelli Jr. in the 91 on pit lane. That answers that, doesn't it? Paul Brown now on cruise control. He's got 11.5 second lead over Archivetta. Got it in the 2nd position. Hassel 3rd. With Bardelli Jr. being on pit lane is going to solidify those positions. Not so fast, he says. He's back out on track in the third spot. He's got Hassel in fourth. Marizan in the fifth position. That's a pretty good battle there between the two of those guys. 27 and the 2X machine. This battle is for P4. It's 27 of Preston Hassel in the fourth position. Craig Marizan is in fifth. 11-second lead for Paul Brown, so whatever he's got going on there, I think maybe just getting away from the rest of the traffic and be able to kind of conserve a little bit while the rest of these guys were battling it out side by side, racing for position. He's got something figured out as far as tire save strategy. Christian Wilson and Dan Richter here side by side. 65, Dan Richter up on the high side is the 30 of Christian Wilson, picking up P9. That was a good battle between the two of those guys. So they're coming off turn 3. 30 car now in the 9th position, Dan Richter in 10th. I don't think that battle's over. Richter going to try to get this spot back here with 10 laps to go. Chris Hughes tried to salvage every bit of fuel he could out of that car, and he is now going to come down pit lane here. Late race pit stop for the 7 car. Some of these guys want to see a caution flag, but I can tell you who doesn't, and that is the 77. Chris Hughes in the 70 car making a pit stop. Paul Brown now on cruise control, not really pushing that car as the 8X. Danilo Coelho running behind him. He is running in the 14th position. On Robillard and the 29 of Zach Muncasey here battling it out. This is for P6 as Robillard in the 90 trying to hold on to that spot. And Muncasey coming down the front stretch behind him. Now the 29 diving down to the inside line as the 90 trying to hold him off. 90 up the track. Good battle there between the 29 and the 90. Robillard in the 90 car running in 6th. 29, Zach Casey running in the 7th position. The 8X car of Danilo Coelho getting around the 1X. Gary Madu. Now Madu might have had to make a unscheduled pit stop or come back down pit lane to serve a drive-through penalty. He's going to end up losing another position on the track. Look at this, the 82 making a late race pit pass, getting around the 30. That 30 car now giving up a spot to the 82. Lansbury now in P8. Great battle there. Three-way battle there between the 82, the 30, and the 65. Good late race pass here. The 90 and the 29. We got 2 laps to go. Oh, the 90 drifted up the track there just a little bit. It's the 29 on the high side. Zach Muncasey picking up P6. Just 2 to go. As the 70 car, the 77 of Paul Brown. Continuing to lead here as he's got clear sailing as long as there's no caution flag. Coming off turn 3. Across the start finish line, we'll have 1 to go. White flag lap here for the 77 car. 8X behind him, not for position. And is Danilo Coelho in the 8X machine, and maybe he wants to try to get by and gain a spot. I think I'd just hold my position right there. I was really not going to do anything for you unless he's going to use a tow from the 77 to get around this 12 car who's just ahead. John Stanley running in the 12th position. Danilo running in 13th, but I don't think the 77 is going to be able to catch the 12 car this short amount of time as the coming around this final turn as Paul Brown in the 77 car is going to get the race win here at Pocono. And what a dominating performance by the 77. So great job to Paul Brown on getting that win. We had some great battles. I know the guys were complaining a little bit about this. Setup. Look at this, battling to the finish here between the 30 and the 68, or excuse me, the 65 car. The 65 gets around the 30. 30 trying to close, trying to get that spot back. The 65 is going to gain that position, and good battle there between the 65 and the 30 car. And Paul Brown getting the win here at Pocono. Paul Brown picking up the win. So interesting race there as we got some guys I think still finishing up. Dan Richter finishing up his effort. Well, we'll take a look at the final results here. Paul Brown in the 77 car gets the race win. Archie, if you had a good run there for him, finishes in second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in the 91 finishes in the third position. Preston Hassel in the 27 finishes in P4. Craig Marizon in the 2X machine finishes in fifth. Zach Munkasey finishes in the 29 car, finishes in sixth. Todd Robillard in the 90 finishes seventh. Tim Lansbury finishes in the 8th position in the 82 car. Good way to battle back there for him. He sort of fell behind the 8 ball there, got behind the 8 ball early on, but able to rally back for an 8th place finish. Dan Richter in the 65. We saw that hard contact early on in the race and finishes in 9th. Christian Wilson. Great battle between Dan Richter and Christian Wilson at the end. Christian finishing in P10. Finishing in the 11th position is Tiago Gomez in the 9X machine. Quiet night there for him, but good run. John Stanley, tough night there in that 12 car, finishing in the 12th position. I think he had to come down pit lane there and do a drive-through. Danilo Coelho in the 8X finishes in 13th. Gary Madu in his first race out in the 1X finishes in 14th. Chris Hughes in the 7 finishes 15th. Givaldo Spindola 16th. Gilmar Pachotto in the 3X finishes 17th. And Ed Palumbo, tough night there for him, finishes in the 18th position in that 54 car. So what a great turnout here, huh? In the Buschwackers series tonight. We'll see if we can't get Paul Brown up here in victory lane with us and have a chat. But darn good race here for these guys. Only one caution flag here tonight. All right, we got Paul Brown up here in the booth with us. Wow, dominating performance for you tonight. You know, everybody on same type of tires, same type of setup. What was the secret here tonight?
I don't know. I really thought Archer had the faster car and was going to dominate himself, but I kept beating him on pit road. I'm not even sure how. I was noticing I'd get 2-3 seconds every time we pit over him, so I'm not sure what I did different on pit road. But yeah, it was a handful of a setup, but it wasn't too bad.
Well, you know, I was thinking that, you know, as tough as the setup was, you know, it was really tough on the right front tire. You guys were talking about that even in the practice session. But the racing seemed to be pretty good. I mean, I saw some great 3-wide battles. I saw guys really having to work to try to make passes. It seemed like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. I didn't get into the 3-wide, thankfully. Pocono and 3-wide isn't very good.
Well, it happened quite a few times there. Of course, it was down those long straightaways, but it was really a very interesting race. And, of course, we had the fuel mileage race, too. Did you happen, you know, kind of wonder about the 91 car, whether he really had enough fuel to be able to make it to the end?
I was curious. I wasn't sure if he had it or not. Claudio, you never know. Then when he finally announced, you know, I was running really hard trying to catch him, and then he finally announced that he was going to pit. Okay, great. I can finally ease up a little bit.
Yeah, I love to see it when guys are really, you know, getting in each other's heads and also trying to figure out that math in their own head of, you know, and then playing that chess piece, so to speak, in a fuel mileage race too. It was very interesting.
Yeah, definitely. I've messed that up a few times myself. Not taking enough or taking too much or whatever.
Well, next week we're off for Christmas. I cannot believe that next week is Christmas already. It's just astounding to me. But coming back after that, everybody, you know, we'll have another week off, and then Talladega Super Speedway on New Year's Eve. I'm not sure how many guys we're going to have out for that track, but what do you think about Talladega? Well, I think I know what you think, but why don't you say it publicly? Keep it clean.
No, Talladega might be fun. We might get more than you expect. We'll see what happens. I don't know what I'm doing that night, if I'm going to be around or not. I think we're doing something here, so maybe I can talk the wife into let me come race.
Well, you better be nice. Do the dishes, whatever you got to do. Mow the yard, shovel the snow,
All that.
do the laundry, fold the laundry, whatever you got to do. Sweep, put on your skirt, whatever you got to do.
I don't know. Laundry's pushing it, man.
I know. I hate folding clothes, man.
I'll throw the stuff in the washing machine, but yeah. Yeah. Thanks for hosting, man, and have a good Christmas.
All right, man. Hey, congratulations, and thanks for all your help here, man.
Yeah, take care. Thanks.
All right, that's Paul Brown in Victory Lane. So a good run there for him tonight, and we're taking a look at that schedule there. I see Talladega coming up on the 31st of December. Homestead, Miami Speedway on January the 7th, and back at it at Kentucky Speedway to finish out the season. It's hard to believe this season's almost over. This thing has gone so quickly, but you know, keep on the lookout. We know we just keep pressing on. We have a new season roll up. We don't take a week off. We just keep rolling. So coming up, you know, on December the 31st, Talladega Super Speedway. Kind of an interesting deal there, but we'll go back to the race winner. So congratulations to Paul Brown on getting that race win. I think we did the interview without even having that up. Maybe I'm wrong, but congratulations to him on getting the race win in the 77 Pocono. Tough track, tricky triangle, of course. And we got some racing coming up later this weekend. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we got Charlotte Motor Speedway in the Saturday Showdown Series, the 2018 X Mod. This will be a huge field, man. Last week we had 22 drivers out for Daytona. And this will be a great one as well. 100 laps here at Charlotte. Bumpy track, going to be tough to pass. And hopefully we keep that, be great to have caution free. But race number 3 of the season, of course, will be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Should be a fun one, always is. Well, at least the first 2 races have been a lot of fun. We have big fields, and we get a lot of the European drivers coming in. And man, I'll tell you why, they're really showing some talent in the ovals in the stock cars. So excited for this. You don't want to miss it. Coming up at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, right here on TurnLeftTV. And then we'll be back at it. I'll be in the driver's seat Saturday night in the Saturday Night Thunder starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Nashville Super Speedway. 110 laps, race number 5 of the season. We call this Beat Up the Broadcaster Night. If you're interested in coming out and racing with us, more than welcome to join us. And that's an open setup league, and it's a lot of fun. And that is the Saturday Night Thunder, very storied series at HORL. Keeping that series alive. Andrew Quartley saying good morning. And look at that, Jomar Peixoto joining us in the chat session as well. Good to see those folks in here. Andrew saying good morning. He's across the pond there watching it. Hopefully he'll be able to maybe join us tomorrow in the stock car stuff. That'd be great to see Andrew out here racing some stock cars. But hopefully he's having a good weekend and getting a good breakfast. Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us here on TurnLeftTV. And don't forget, tonight's race was brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2 if you're interested in getting an rFactor 2 server for your league. Great self-managed server packages for you to choose from. Not only that, but if you're interested in hosting your web address or your website, you can also look up EliteHostingUSA.com. And we can find you servers in your region of the world to suit your needs. Don't forget to join us over at HORL.net or HighOctaneRacingLeague.net. And don't forget to keep joining us here on TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there. Thanks for joining us tonight, man. What a great race it has been. Only one caution flag here at Pocono with a good field, 18 drivers. That was a fun one to watch and broadcast. So hopefully you had a lot of fun here watching that race as well. A lot of fun here. Don't forget to keep joining us here on TurnLeftTV. We got a lot in store for you. And again, peace to everybody out there. And I think I'm going to get out of here and go up in the channel there and talk to my friends. Again, thanks for joining us here tonight on TurnLeftTV. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't want to miss it. I am out of here.